not worrying at all. We're just listening for his call. Here I come to save the day.
Hey guys, let's talk about absolutes. I hear that used all the time in dog training. You should always go through the door before your dog. Suppose it's raining outside and I don't want to go outside, call him out, and then got to go back inside. I just want him to go out in the backyard and take a leak. So that seems silly. So what I want to sort of impart to you guys is avoid those absolutes. Right? What's the saying? Never say never. Right? So if I avoid some of those absolutes, I'm a lot more fluid with the way I can work with my dogs. Then I can have a better understanding with my dog. So let's use the example of the doorway again. You should always go through the door first. Well, again, that can be silly at times. So to me, it becomes more about controlling the doorway. You know, I don't like for people, when the door opens, to come shoving past me and trying to knock me out of the way to get out of the door. We should have respect going through the door. Same thing with my dogs. Just because the door opens doesn't mean you should plow by me and go through it, right? But that doesn't mean that I always have to go through the door first. There are times when I want to, when I need to, when I should, but always is one of those words that pigeonholes us into doing things that we probably shouldn't be doing at that moment. We should be open to being more fluid, right? Another one, never feed your dog from the table. I feed my dog from the table, and I'm the trainer. You'd be surprised at how many other trainers' jaws hit the ground when I go, wow, I feed my guys right off the fork. But they don't get in my plate. They don't harass my guests for food. They're respectful about it. They know when it's time for them to get a treat and when it's time for them to not. Why? Because I ask for space. Right? So I don't have to avoid, I don't have to never feed them from the table. I just have to learn to do it in a manner that is correct, if you will. In a manner that keeps distance, that keeps respect, right? You'll hear other people say, never let them sleep in the bed with you. My dogs sleep in the bed with me. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they know that it's not their bed, it's my bed, and I then allow them the privilege of being in the bed with me. And that's where the difference comes in. Most people get their dogs to have them sleep in the bed, to have them cuddle on the couch, to eat, Cheetos while they're watching late night movies with them, right? We do those things with our dogs. That's what pet owners do. And a lot of times trainers will wag their finger and say, no, you should never do that. Well, if you can learn to do it in a way that keeps the respect, that keeps the space, well, then you can have it your way and your cake too. You can have them sleep in the bed, eat from the fork, from the table, go through the door ahead of you, whatever it is, because now it's more about having respect for one another as opposed to learning a command. Commands are great, not putting them down, but again, we avoid those absolutes. Always do this, never do that, because they will pigeonhole you and short-sight you every time.